All right. January. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. We're going to start our year off with some clips on holding. And holding is probably one of the most common things that happen on the court, whether it's called or not called, or just the last like 3 games I was clipping. And I'm like, I got to look for some holding, get some new holding clips. It happens all the time. We miss a lot of stuff as officials. I shouldn't say that. We pass on a lot of stuff. I think sometimes we'll see it, but we let the play develop. So hopefully we'll have some of those plays and we can discern what should have been called and what was okay to pass on. All right. So I put a Facebook play on for our Facebook friends. If you will have seen this already, but I put a Facebook play up at the beginning of this week, I think. So I'm going to start with that play so we can watch it and discuss. Here we go. Okay, do we see that? I'm going to play it fast again real quick. It's a rebound situation. There is no whistle. The play happens on the opposite side of the court on the post, right on the block there. All right, we all saw that hold.
Yes, there.
Okay, now, would we say, and this stuff happens, like I said before, this stuff happens a lot where there's holds, especially on the rebounds, that we either miss or we decide to pass on for whatever reason. I don't think this one should even remotely come to a passing situation. And I'll tell you why. Okay, yes, we see that. The ball comes down, and white 12 is getting ready to go get that ball and probably has the best chance of everyone on the court right now because it's coming right to him. Do we agree with that?
Yes.
And why doesn't he get the ball?
It's being held back.
Because he's being held down, and then who does get the ball? The team that was fouling got that rebound, and I believe that that rebound was gotten because of the foul. So that's one where we have to get because an advantage was clearly gained by that illegal action. Everybody see that?
Yes.
And he was kind of, I don't want to say sneaky. He wasn't really being sneaky, but the lead official is right there, but is clearly not watching the action because I think he would have called this if he saw it. Maybe he's stacked and doesn't actually see the illegal contact. Possible. As officials, should we read body language and body movement to see that 12 couldn't jump up? Or are we sticking with, go back, are we sticking with, if I don't see it, I can't call it?
You usually rebound with 2 hands.
All right, so I'm actually going to give the lead a little bit of a pass here. I still think the lead should have gotten it, but who has a very clear view of this play?
The trail.
The trail is looking right through the players, should be able to see, which means the trail wasn't looking there, which, okay, we've got lots of things to look at. But this is where the trail, when the trail sees this, can totally come in, even though it's right in front of the lead, the trail comes in and gets this because the trail should know my partner may not see that because he's stacked to the contact. Do we agree with that statement?
Yes.
I think so. All right. That's where we got to help each other out, especially on those rebounds. And on a play like this, where there's a shot in the air, this is why it's terribly important for the trail and the center to close down into the play. All right, so when a shot goes up in the 3-point area here, it looks like the trail's moving backward where the trail should not be. The center's holding stagnant because the center is watching the shooter. Okay, that's good. And the trail then needs to close in just a bit, maybe down, maybe not quite down to the free throw line, but definitely don't back away from the play because we need to get closer to the play so we can see this kind of holding action that happens. All right, anything else on that? All right, let's move on to the next video. All right, this one has a whistle. Did we see the play?
Yes.
Here it is again, fast. Where is this play currently? Who's primary?
Hopefully the trail.
Well, it looks like it's the center's area,
Ooh.
right?
Oh, okay.
Let me go back here.
Yeah, I can see the center now.
Yeah, C.
All right, so this play is in the center's area. The center is watching this play. Now there's a double team. Still the center's play, right? Why doesn't the center call this foul?
He's
Got the
stacked.
bodies.
Green.
He's stacked.
Totally stacked.
Got it.
Not necessarily
Another
of
play
his
moving front.
own fault, although he might want to move up so he can get a little bit better look. But if he comes too high, then he's too high. So I'm not sure what he can do here, but that's why he doesn't call it, because the action, the illegal act, is totally in between his defender, and then there's another offensive player that throws their body in the way. So I can understand why the center doesn't have this. Why is the trail watching this play?
He has nothing else around him.
He's got nothing else. In fact, this defender, Black 5, who's in his area, goes over there to help. So the trail knows maybe I need to give a little extra look. I got no other matchups to watch, and let me help out my partner. And it's a good thing he did. I didn't play it slow, did I? Because it looks like a grab here. Am I right?
Yes.
Does anyone think that this shouldn't be a foul? Because this offensive player is splitting two defenders. And when you're splitting two defenders, the onus of contact really is on the offensive player, two defenders that are within 3 feet. So should we have passed on that?
No, he wraps him up.
No, he grabbed him.
He got a pretty good hold of him.
That's right. So the contact that they talk about when the onus is on the offensive player, when they split defenders who are within 3 feet, that's more about body contact, hip contact, leg contact. That's mostly on the dribbler. But if a defender reaches out to grab that player, that's on that defender. So I thought that was a good call, and it was good help from the trail on that play. Good on that one?
Yes.
Next one. Here we go. Okay, another rebounding play, similar to that first play. Did we see where the foul, well, where I think the foul occurred?
Yes.
Right here, these two. And I mean, this one, it kind of like that first one. He just grabs with both hands, just locks the arm. Could have he gotten that ball? I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe, maybe not. But that doesn't matter because he's locked him up. He can't even move to a position to possibly get it. This is not basketball. We cannot allow players to use two hands and lock up an arm and inhibit that player's movement, especially on a rebound when it's possibly coming their way. That's a big advantage. Agreed?
Yes.
Hey, Josh,
Yeah.
could you expand on that? Maybe in the context of the game, scenarios where that could be an intentional.
Possible. We need to always have that consideration. In fact, that is something that the Federation talks about a lot, about how we don't call intentionals as much as we should, because that really, as it is written, is an intentional act, right? He's not making a play for the ball. He's taking away an advantageous position. He's doing a non-basketball play. I know that's not in the rules, but that really could rise to the level of intentional. Now, as officials, Dan, as you probably agree, we don't like calling intentional fouls because it is a really big penalty for that act. So we tend to save those for a little bit more egregious, a little more excessive. But again, depending on the situation, and every situation is different, it could absolutely rise to that level. Anybody else agree with that or disagree, or what are your thoughts? Crickets.
So no, it's funny. I went to a college game last night, and I'm unfamiliar with all the college rules, but they stopped the game twice for a thing called a hook and hold. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with college rules, but they went to the monitor and they went ahead with two shots in the ball for these two 50-50 plays that these guys were going for the ball. But, when they slow it down, the guy was hooking and holding his arm before he got the ball. Are you familiar with that at all, or?
I personally am not familiar with the hook and hold call. I don't get to watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
But so the hook and hold is considered intentional?
Yeah. And these type of things kind of filter down to the high school game.
Yes, they do.
But I was like confused because I'm a total high school guy, and I was like, "Where's this going?" And then they went on the speaker and they explained it to the crowd, and basically they treated it like an intentional.
And to your point, Dan, that stuff tends to trickle down. So we might see something similar as it comes down because, again, the NFHS has stated for many years, we're not calling enough intentional fouls. And then it kind of gets sloppy. And I still think as officials, we don't like calling it because I don't want to give them 2 points, two free throws in the ball for a hold that he was holding with two. But, if we start calling that stuff, it starts to go away. Or that's the theory.
Yeah, I agree with Dan. If you call that, they're going to stop doing that. You call that early, the guy's grabbing a guy like that. You want to call attention to foul. I think it's a good thing.
All right, let's watch our next play here.
Can I just make a quick statement, Josh?
Yeah, sure.
I don't think that we always see like the entire play. And I think that's where the hesitation comes in. So it's not no harm, no foul. It's no harm, no intentional foul, because you have to see the whole thing. And we had the benefit of watching the video here and looking right at it. But I don't know that we always see that perspective, that we get that clean look in real time. And maybe that's just me, but I'm thinking that's maybe why we don't call it. Because if we see it that clearly, I think we're likely to call it that way.
I think there's twofold there. I think there's a lot of truth to that. And it's not that we don't see the play in its entirety, but the context of the game, while you're in the game, plays like that don't rise to oh my gosh, I got to get that. That's an intentional foul, right? It's part of the game, and he held him, and we're moving on. But two, I think because it's not part of our culture to look for that stuff. So back to Dan's point, at the college level, they're saying, okay, we're making this part of our culture. If you see this, This is what it is. Now they've got the ability to go back to the monitor and check and make sure we get it right, which makes things a lot easier. But they've already put in there, this is what you're looking for, and this is how you're going to penalize. And I don't think we have that at our level, at least not yet. And I don't know if it's possible to change that culture. Probably would take several years, 5-10 years, I think, to change that kind of stuff. All right. Let's go back to this play here. All right. Everybody see that? It happens roughly on, can we see the table? Yeah, bench side, table side in the paint near the post. Here it is slow. What do we think of that call? Good, bad?
It was slight.
Slight, too slight to call.
Depends on how the game has been going.
Well, 2:15 in, I can't really read it because it's a terrible clock capture, but it's 2:15 in the first period, I think.
Oh, okay.
So having that context, what do we think?
You know, call it early, get rid of it, maybe.
So here's my thought. I 100% agree with your first statement. Let's go back just a little bit here. He's totally holding him.
That's a hold.
Right? 100% holding him. Keeping him from going where he wants to go. But then he kind of lets go, and then the ball comes in and he gets it with relatively ease. So is that worth calling? My initial thought was, we probably should have passed on that because, yes, it was a hold, but it didn't really change what was happening on the court at the time. Then I showed it to a friend of mine, and he said, agree. However, Jack, you made this other point. It's the beginning of the game. That might be a good one to call to let everybody know we're not doing that tonight. So I'm kind of split on this play, if I'm being honest, because I don't like inserting myself where I'm not needed, but I also like to make sure we set the tone for the players for the rest of the game.
Agreed.
Yeah, the point of that is too, the kid got loose, the offense, to get the ball, but if he doesn't get it, then you call the hold, and then you're calling it late. Better late than never. You know what I mean? Let's say he holds up in the inbounder, throwing it into the post, the ball, he throws it goes out of bounds. Tips off his hand and goes out of bounds because he can't get to it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, a multitude of things could happen here.
Right.
I think if I were to do this again, I think if we just had a little bit more patient of a whistle, we would have seen that ball got to him. Now my radar is up and I'm watching this post, because if this continues, then maybe I come in. Now, maybe this had happened 3-4 times already because we're 2:15 in the quarter. Maybe it did happen. Maybe this was the third time he did it. So the official said, you know what? I'm getting it, because I'm not going to have this guy hold, because, then in the third quarter, it becomes a full on hug and it just looks worse. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I agree with you.
I think that, when they talk about talking to the players a little bit, this is a time, because it's not egregious, it's not hard. It is a foul by the book, but I think this is where we can kind of talk to guys, and just a thought. But that's what I hear from the clinics, is try to talk to them first. And then if it continues or it's really hard, you get the really hard ones. And that's what we get from the email from IHSA. Make sure it's a really hard first foul and not ticky-tack.
Yeah, I think talking to players goes a long way. But even in front of that, I think patience, right? If we just have the patience to watch the play start, develop, finish, and like Tim said, okay, you come in late. You don't ever want to come in really late, but if you come in late, you can get one and you can explain to the coach, I was going to pass on it, but then he didn't get the ball because of the contact. They may not like it, but believe it or not, most coaches understand that and actually appreciate the fact that you're wanting the kids to be able to play. It doesn't work in every situation, but it could have there, I think. All right, next play.
Ooh.
All right. Those two, well, I'm going to play it fast again real quick. Well, let me play it slow and then we'll do it fast because this way you can know what you're honing in on. These two players here are having a good time out here. Looks like they're trying to dance a little. Then they gave it up and now they're doing it again. Okay, now, and at what point then do you step in and you break this up? Which the official said that last one, I'm getting it. This is, you guys aren't going to stop on your own, so I'm going to stop you. So I think, honestly, for the most part, this official did a great job. He saw some contact that was maybe questionable. It looks like he's watching the play now. He's even stepping in, maybe saying something. And then finally says, you don't want to listen to me? You don't want to cut it out? I'm going to come in. I'm going to get it. Here's my question. Should we call a double foul on this?
Absolutely.
Is a foul on
I
one
was
player
just about to
fair
say,
on a
how do you know who
situation
to
like
call it
this?
on?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I was just about to say that. Like, how do you know who to call it on? They were both jarring.
I think calling it on this last play on one player, I think is a bit unfair, especially if you saw all the other action in between. Right? They're both going at it. Who's really initiating? Hard to tell.
That's
This
a
way,
good.
go ahead, Tim.
I was just gonna. That's a good time to call a double foul. They're both holding each other.
It sets the
You know?
tone that we're not putting up with this, and I'm not penalizing one team over another. I'm going to get both of you. And we go back to the point of interruption. I think that this is a pretty good double foul situation. Anybody disagree? Maybe you see something I don't see.
Hold, push, hold, hold.
3 seconds.
Ah!
I saw traveling. So the point of that play is, again, we need to be aware of situations, and sometimes we don't see a lot of double fouls very often either. And sometimes that really makes the biggest bang. And both coaches might be mad at you, but then both coaches are equally mad at you. And both coaches might tell their kids, knock it off. But it makes a statement that we're not going to put up with it. And I don't know who did what, but I'm going to get both of you. All right.
That's all right.
Oh, hold on. My stupid sound. Okay, here we go. Next one. Okay, so we have another hold foul, opposite court. I'm going to play it fast again so you can look for it. And then we'll break it down. What do we think?
Ooh.
Now that I played it slow.
Sure.
Foul, right?
Do you want to stop the game for that?
No, no.
For a jersey grab?
He got free. But yeah,
I think that's at least a common foul. Some
Yeah.
would say you grab a jersey, that's intentional. Well, technically it could be. I don't know if I would ever go that route, at least not in this situation, but he is trying to foul him. He's not trying to foul him. He's trying to keep him from moving, and he fouls him by grabbing his jersey.
yes.
He does break free. Let's see. Let's go back to here. I can see the full screen. But what does he break free into? Nothing. And he has to stop because there's nothing there. Did he have to stop because that grab slowed up his momentum?
Yes.
So 30 did what he wanted to do. He slowed him down enough so he wouldn't blow by anybody else. I think that's a good call.
Yep.
Here's
Yeah.
my problem with the play. What's my problem?
The center's right on it, but he could be, it could be a blind side on that.
It was right in front of the center. So I'm not sure why the trail came and got this, because what
He can't-
should the center be watching at this moment?
The ball.
The ball
In front of him.
and the matchup with the ball. And it's not like, let's go back here. It's not like it just got into his area. It's been in his area. You know, I don't know why he's down so far here. I think he's
He
trying to
needs
get
a-
himself a better
needs to
angle.
Yeah, he needs to move up.
I think he was trying to get a better angle. So I'm going to say, okay, that's fine. But as soon as that ball pops up, he starts to come up again. That's good. He's trying to get a better angle.
There it is.
It's possible he didn't see it.
Yeah.
It is kind of hidden behind the player.
You know, you gotta, you have sort of your marginal contact and obvious contact, and then you go, is he head and shoulders past the defender? Does he have an advantage? I think that ball went a little wide, and you are right. 30 caught up to him, and it was kind of a BS play. So him reaching over there on an obvious call is something we give a little grace to. To touch foul, you know, hell no, you don't reach that far. But that seemed a little awkward, and maybe that's a great partner that got it, you know.
Now, just like that other play, what does the trail have to look at right now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not much. Not much.
So his eyes should be gravitating over to help the center, because the center has 1, 2, 3, 6 of the 10 players out there.
I got a
Right?
question.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt you, sir, but shouldn't the lead go over there?
The lead should have probably rotated.
We should have a rotation, right? The ball's over here. You got, I don't know.
Right now, are we happy with the center trail lead positioning?
Yes.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, now it is.
I thought
All
they
right,
want
then.
they want that trail down by the top of the key, or even with the ball, a little high.
The trail is too high. Agreed. There's no reason why the trail shouldn't be at the 28-foot mark on this play right now.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not giving the official a pass, but we as officials, we all tend to want to work further back. I don't know why we have that feeling. I don't think it's because we think we're going to get beat. It's just, that's kind of where we settle. We need to start telling ourselves to settle further down. We've got to get to the 28-foot mark. If the ball is being dribbled out by the division line, then we got to get out there because we have to, get that play. But because now the trail, I'm okay with the trail being out that far, but he didn't have to move. to get to that position. All right. So let's see. Now, as this progresses, and we've got the center having to go up kind of high. Okay. I'm still okay with the lead not rotating over here because we don't really know what's going on yet.
Yeah, he should be closing down.
But he should be closing down 100%. So he should at least be thinking, I might want to rotate. And if it were me on the end line, I'll have closed down and I'm probably rotating over as this play is happening.
Well, look, you got two post play. You got the post players right there now. Right?
The post player's over, and you've got 4 players up high where the center's got to get to them. We have to help that center out and the crew out and get into a better crew position to have trail lead on the strong side there. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Coach didn't like the call. Actually, it looks like he's kind of mad at his player. All right. Next play. Here we go. All right. I'm going to go back. It looks like he called the foul on blue because it looks like they're kind of staying in the front court. I did clip it all the way to see. What do we think?
Good call. Who's got him hooked?
Go back just slightly. Okay. Who's initiating this hook?
Offense. Offense.
Right now, I could see.
Blue
I
hooking
don't
him.
really see a hook either way, but I would
Right.
say more onus on the blue because he's putting his arm over. Is that fair to say at this point?
Not much there right this second.
You got nothing yet. Then you got the hook by the white offensive player.
I don't know. It looks to me like the blue player's doing that Dennis Rodman hook from a top.
I don't see that.
Oh, yeah.
Watch the action of the blue's hand. Okay, now, I'm not giving white a pass. I think white is just as much hooking blue.
Yeah.
Do we agree with that?
Couple hookers.
All right, so now we've kind of got mutual holding here. And as you can see, the lead is just now starting to come over, which is good. He needs to rotate in this situation. So he probably didn't see who held who. Fair assessment?
Yes.
And let's see if we go back to here. Do you think the trail's going to have any clue on this hold? I'm sorry, the center. The old C new trail?
No.
No, because he's watching what?
He's got the ball.
Right, so he's not going to be looking off ball to see like, oh, these guys are holding. He's got to watch the ball. Okay? So this really has to fall on the lead, which it looks like the lead is now like, okay, something's going on here. Looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
Who does it look like who's holding who now?
Blues holding.
It sure looks like blue's holding white.
Yep.
Okay, so even though they mutually are holding each other here, white tries to disengage.
Yeah.
And blue does not. Well, why doesn't the lead call this as soon as he sees that white's trying to get away and blue's holding him?
He's watching it.
Well, why doesn't he blow his whistle? That's a foul. Isn't that a foul?
Not if white gets an easy basket.
Yeah. He's right there.
Once he sees that that ball's coming in, and now that hold is prohibiting him from getting that ball.
And the ball goes out of bounds. So
Now he would be in his right to blow a foul here. He wouldn't be wrong to have a foul here, but he's watching this play develop. What if this kid goes up with a 3? And then he go boop tweet. Oh, now the ball goes up for a shot and it goes in and he takes it away. I think this is a good watch the play develop play. 100% a foul, but it's not doing anything right now. I mean, it's inhibiting him a little bit, and then when the ball comes in, now it's doing something. Now we're going to get it.
yeah, because it stops the offensive player from catching the ball.
100% got an advantage out of that. And then Blue comes out of it like, what did I do? I love that. Any other comments on that play?
Just the clock says it's early in the game. It's a great call. It sets the tone. It's a BS play. He knows. Let's keep this baby going.
Right. And it's early in the game as to why he also didn't call it right away, because we're trying to set the tone as to how the flow of this game is going to go. So, yep. Good. All right. Next. Getting into my material from last year.
Cutler to Brost. Brost calls a play. Swings over Thompson. And getting wrapped up down low. Ty McCarthy.
Okay. Off ball hold. You saw the lead call it, so it must have happened on the near the end line. If you missed it, we'll play it
Cutler
fast
to
again.
Brost calls a play. Swings over Thompson. And getting wrapped up down low. Ty McCarthy.
Okay. The foul was on White. He called the foul against White.
He's hooked him.
Is White holding here?
No, he's trying to get away from him.
Now, I know Black fell to the floor, but the entire play was all Black. He's holding him back, warding him off, keeping his arm, inhibiting the defender from trying to defend him. This is an offensive foul against Black. Do we agree?
The coach is pointing at it, Josh. See that?
Coaches for the white team.
That's right.
Yeah, he's pointing at the black shirt player.
All right, so who's watching this action right now?
Center.
Should be center. Right? Even though what a center goes to like mid court there. Down. So that's right in the center's area. He's got nothing else to watch. This kid now then gets the ball on a pass. So now the center's focus has to switch, right?
Yes.
Okay, so did the center see any real illegal action yet?
No.
No, so he's okay. He's clear. What is the lead watching?
He's got the black shirt player backing down and posting up, and
yes, that should be lead all the way. The lead also, again, because it starts right in that section where all the primary coverage areas cross. All three of those officials at this point, if there was a foul right there, all three of those officials could possibly get that. But the lead's got nothing else to look at. Those two players are running across the lane. They're not threatening anything. This is the lead's call. The lead has got to see this ward off. Now, to me, I think because of the lead's position, he sees a white player trying to come over the shoulder of the black player. Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I think that's fair to say that's what he saw.
Yes.
So it's not that this official's like doesn't, oh, how could he not get this? Oh my gosh. That ward-off was completely blind to him the whole way, and all he sees is the white player trying to go over top of the black player. And that's why, Tim, that coach is telling the center probably how you got it wrong, because
Yeah,
the
that's what I
center
was
and the
saying.
coach sees exactly what's happening.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's pointing at it now. Or
So
right now.
how do we get this?
I think you got to call it early. This is a mismatch. I've seen both these teams. The guy in the white shirt's Fenwick, and he is the smallest guy on the court, but he's a beast. And he plays this way with everybody. He's trying to get advantage early. I'd like to see that called early. And then it's late. The whistle comes a little later, and it's just a total shit show. So it's a tough play.
I'm going to say this, and this is might not be, but this is why I hate when officials say, all right, everybody, if we've got bodies on the floor, we got to make sure we have a whistle. Because this is why I don't like that play. I think the reason that whistle blew, once that player went down, the official's like, I should probably have something on this because he didn't fall on his own. When in all reality, he kind of did fall on his own.
Yeah.
So we have to stop thinking to ourselves, bodies on the floor whistle. We have to say, bodies on the floor, what happened? You need to know why bodies are on the floor. And if you don't, you can't assume that something illegal happened. Did something illegal happen? Maybe, probably, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Now, in the grand scheme of things, this is in the second, 18-17. I don't know what the fouls are like, but it probably didn't make a huge impact on the game. But the point is, if we're going to blow our whistle, we better know what happened. Coming from the man who blows his whistle and pulls the video and says, why did I call that? Happens to all of us. I also don't like how far the trail is out. Right now, it's okay because he's watching this play, right? But it doesn't look like he makes any movement forward. Maybe a little, well, because the whistle blew.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's about the 28-foot mark. So maybe it's because the center's out so high.
The center's all right.
I just said all that. It's hard to tell on this moving video. All right. Let's move on to the next one. All right, here we go. Next one. Wow, that official's kind of crazy, not out of control.
Yeah, running.
Very animated.
Right.
It's running.
Here it is again. Clearly, he is selling the call. Did you see what he called? I'm going to zoom in here. He called it on the dribbler that is right in front of the official who's watching the play.
Yeah.
Do we
Good
agree
call.
it's a foul?
Yes.
Yes.
100% a foul. Is the trail going to see this?
Unlikely.
Maybe, but
You could
I
see
don't
it
know.
now.
It's kind of hidden.
Yeah, unlikely.
Okay, so the call was correct. The center came out and sold it. And it wasn't a phantom call, but the question is, should the center have been looking up there?
Only the center knows.
There's nothing going on in the center's area right now. There's no matchup.
Is this worth coming over if you see?
Yes.
Well, what's the state of the game?
5-point game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that white player might get control of it and get a layup when he shouldn't, or the other way around.
Also, don't remember the context of this game, but has that player been a problem all game? Has he been getting away with stuff all game? Is this just one of those moments where the official said, I'm not going to put it up with it anymore? I don't know.
I do, because I'm on this game with you, and
What do you mean with me? I didn't say it was on this game.
oh, I mean your
the
avatar.
set, the,
He was chippy all game. It was a good call.
So
and
again, for those that are still trying to figure it out, when they say don't reach out of your area, it's very true. Only get the elephant out of your area. Well, that's very true as well. But sometimes an elephant to the game isn't an elephant on a video clip, if that makes sense. And again, there's no way, I shouldn't say no way. There's a good chance that the trail just couldn't see that. And it just happened to be the center was looking up there. And I'm sorry, I have to laugh because these coaches, they both put their arms up, but one is, what are you calling? Are you kidding me? And the other one's like, yep, of course. He's like nodding his head. Oh, I think it's funny. So don't reach just because you see something, but do reach when it's needed if you see it. Right? And if the center's watching his people right now, he'd be wasting his efforts, wouldn't he?
nobody there.
Yes.
There's nothing to look for.
But,
They're all 8 feet away from each other.
here's another thing. You got the first elephant. There's actually a second elephant with White diving for that reach. Because you called it quick enough, you sold the first elephant.
Right. And that second one could have been a foul on White as he undercuts the dribbler.
Yep.
If you get the first one, you don't have to deal with the second. Wow, that's a good center official.
That's a lot of hustle.
Why are you pointing to the right after
What are you
left?
pointing at the end line for?
Pointed at the kid. No, at the who got the fouls. Number 3, right
There
there.
he is.
Oh, got it.
Oh, you got it, Josh. I'm pointing right at him. Oh, you're pointing at him.
Yeah, I know. I don't honestly like the way I handled that. I look a little out of control. But it was one of those games. It was chippy all game. And you had to come in and show that I'm in charge and we're not taking care. We're not doing this. And that's what I did. I think I could have done a better job, but
Got it.
I don't like pointing right at kids either, but clearly
That
I
was
do.
71 points with 5 minutes to go. I think that game ended up like 92-90.
Yeah.
94. It was crazy high school game. It was great.
Yeah, that was a fun game to work. All right, I got a couple more. I didn't pick out a bonus play, but we're going to find one. Let's see. How about, oh my gosh, let's go back to this game. Here we go. All right, kind of a long clip. Center comes in with a hold.
Oh, yeah.
Did we see it? Black 24. Everyone sees black 24?
Yeah, I see the hold down low.
Yeah, there's 2 holds down low, but is that affecting the rebound?
No, they're both under the basket.
So I think we need to be aware that that's happening, because if it escalates, we might need to get something. But it did not affect that rebound and who was going to get it. But 24, as you can see slowly here, is going to try and go get that ball. Now watch White. Do we see White?
Yeah, the second hold.
Yeah, he got him. He held him twice. Good.
Yes.
So the foul was on White.
Yeah, you can
Because of
see
this-
that.
Because of this last little hold, hard to tell who's
Hold him
holding
there.
here.
He's holding
If
him there.
any. Maybe. Can't tell because that other kid's in the way, black 22,
Right.
agree? And it looks like he jumps okay to it. Someone said you always rebound with 2 hands, but I think he just is trying to tip this ball. Okay, so he knows he can't get it, but he's going to tip it to himself, which he does pretty well. And White sees he's not going to get it, so White grabs his arm and keeps him from getting that second jump to the ball. Not a great video to see what's happening, but the center, I'm going to tell you, I know that center pretty well. And it totally kept the black player. It held his body down from getting that ball. Would he have gotten it? I don't know. And we'll never know because White held his arm, so we couldn't tell if he could or not. I'll play it fast again. But there definitely is a big hold down there, which I think drew the lead's attention. And I like to play a lot of these because, especially the rebound ones, because there are so many holds on rebounds that we miss as officials. And they're either just grabbing them or they put their arm on their shoulder and they hold them down. It happens a lot, at least the clips that I see. And we need to do a better job of seeing those and getting those. And sometimes we can pass, like on that one with the big hold, because it's not affecting. So that's okay to pass on a hold if it's not affecting the play. But we have to see the ones that do. All right, let me do one more and then I'll play a bonus play here. All right.
And he's going to shoot. No, pass. Wow, that was tough. That was a pass. Wow. Who's got it down there, Coach? It's been touched by about 7 of 10 players, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Wow, that was close quarters. So we hear the foul or the whistle.
So it looks like the foul was away from the ball with the players on the floor.
Shoot. No, pass. Wow, that was tough. That was a pass. Wow. Who's got it down there, Coach? It's been touched by about 7 of 10 players, hasn't it?
Did we see it?
Wow, that was close quarters.
It's all like a step on the
Like
chest.
the white player kind
the
of
whistle.
drags that black player down.
So the white player falls, maybe trips over a foot, because they're all tangled up. They're going for the ball. I don't see any foul here. Do we agree?
29
Yeah.
black.
One looks like
Drags the other guy with him.
29 black. Or
Looks-
white. White. They're both grabbing each other. Yeah.
All right, so he falls to the ground. And then black trips over white. I don't think he's stepping on him. I think he's trying to avoid the step. Do we agree?
Yes.
I don't think there's any nefarious action going on here. He trips over white, tries to not step on the kid, falls down. But look at white. Look what white is doing as he's falling.
Grabbing his leg.
Grabbing his leg. And if you look closely, I think the center probably had the best look at this. It looks like he brings both arms over to try and grab him.
Yes.
Is that something we need to get, or do we ignore because the ball is being ready to be scored over here? What do we think?
Well, the offensive team is committing the foul, and the offensive team is trying to score the basket.
You just made a statement. Come on, give me your evaluation.
Oh yeah, you got to call that because they're gaining an advantage.
So you're not worried about it because the team that fouled is the team that was shooting.
That's why I'm calling it. They gained the advantage. If the defense had gotten the ball, you could play on.
I think I'm calling this regardless. Because if someone grabs out, and I realize as I speak this out, I'm kind of thinking on both sides here. He's falling over him. Maybe it's more of a defensive reaction. But if someone reach out to grab somebody's leg, that has nothing to do with basketball. And regardless of what's going on in the court, you got to get that. Because otherwise, the next guy who just got grabbed is going to go after the white player to get his revenge. So I think even though, yes, you're right, it's the same team, but even if it was the other team, I'm probably calling this foul. Not to mention, I'm so focused on this play and this illegal play. I know maybe I'm the only one, but I kind of don't see anything else going on. I don't know that they're making a move because all I see is these kids are just grabbing each other. Now he yanks on them, and I'm thinking, I can't allow this to happen on my court. So I'm probably going to be oblivious to that, which is probably not good, but we can't allow a two-hand grab. That one wasn't necessarily a two-hand grab, but he was coming over, and I think he was trying to get him. And the center is going to have the best view on that play, but anyone else see anything else on that? All right. That was holding. Were those fun enough to watch?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's find a bonus play. I'm just going to play it. This is the bonus play, so I'm not going to tell you what happened. I think you'll be pretty easy to guess. What was this play?
Flop.
Flop. There's a little bit more to this play, though, that I want to talk about. We all agree that's a flop.
Yes.
There was probably 6 inches between them. Right? Okay. Here's the main reason I clipped it. The lead is all over this. Okay, signals the flop, right? That's what he's supposed to do. Let's play continue. Ball goes out of bounds, and then he stops play. But then what does he do?
Those the reports it.
Well, whose ball is it going to be?
Offense.
He didn't signal who gets the ball. Now, it's not as obvious in this clip, and I really wanted this to work out when I was clipping it because, again, for those that don't know, that's me. That's the lead. I was all over this flop. First flop of the season for me. I was all excited to go report. And as I'm running, the kid in black here, he's looking right at me right there. He says, we still get the ball, right?
And
And I'm literally thinking to myself, I don't know.
yeah. That's what that flop
That's
does.
why I didn't point. I was totally all about the flop, and I didn't even think about, I know who it went off of. That's why I stopped the whistle. But then my mind totally shifted. If you've got a flop play like this, you still have to handle all the action before you go to report that flop. It's easier said than done for those of you that haven't done it, because you get, at least for me, you don't see flops very often. So when you get them, it's kind of like that, the basket interference or the dunk or whatever, like you don't see them so much. And then you just kind of get that euphoric feeling like, wow, that was really great. So take care of business before you take care of business. And I hope everybody on this call gives a flop warning on this one. This is exactly what that warning is made for. No contact at all. Kid falls to the floor. So the call was right. Procedure, maybe not so much. All right. Well,
All right.
And then it's still black ball, right? But with a warning.
Correct. So since
Went
the
out on
ball
white.
went off of white, out of bounds, it would have been black ball. We report the flop warning. It's the first one. And then it goes back to the point of interruption, which is the out of bounds on white. So black gets it. Any other questions? All right. What's up next month?
There you go.
Let's take a look at the schedule. Next month, we've got pass and crash. Those are always fun.
Love that.
Kind of a block charge with a pass added into it. So block charges are fun. Pass and crashes are one more extra element, even more fun. That's February 19 next month, which is the third Thursday of the month. Hopefully you all can make it. It should be, for Illinois, the last week of regular season before we go into post. So I don't know how many games are going on. Hopefully you're free. You can make it and get prepared. If you go on to postseason, get prepared by watching a few videos. And if it happens in your postseason games, we'll be on top of it. Well, have a good evening, guys. Thanks for joining, and we will see
thanks.
you next month.
Thanks,
Take care.
Josh.
Thanks.
Thanks. Good job.